Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're tackling Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's all about building those habits that really stick.
It goes way beyond the usual tips and tricks you hear.
Yeah, it's more about the science behind habits.
Exactly. Understanding why they work, not just how.
I have to admit, Clear had me hooked right from the start with that personal story of his.
Oh, yeah, the baseball bat injury in high school.
That one. Pretty intense way to start a book about habits,
You
right?
can tell it had a huge impact on his life, though. I mean, crushed nose, skull fractures.
Had to relearn basic functions, the whole 9 yards. It really makes you think about how fragile things are.
And how even the smallest actions can make a difference over time.
Like that whole tiny changes, remarkable results thing. That's really what this book is all about, isn't it?
It is. It all comes down to compounding.
That idea that small improvements done consistently can lead to massive changes over time.
Right. Kind of like that analogy he uses about the pilot adjusts a horse by just a few degrees.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It seems like such a tiny change.
But over a long flight, it can make a huge difference, hundreds of miles off course.
And it's the same with our habits. Those small daily choices, they add up.
For better or for worse.
Okay, that pilot thing really puts it into perspective. So it's not about these huge overnight transformations.
It's about those small actions, day after day, the ones that really become part of who you are.
That's where it gets interesting, right? Claire's not just talking about changing our actions. He's talking about changing our identity.
That's the core of his approach, actually.
Okay, break that down for me.
He says there are three layers to behavior change: outcomes, processes, and identity.
Outcomes are like what we want to achieve, right?
Exactly. So, like losing weight, writing a book, learning a language, anything like that.
Processes are the actions we take to get there.
Yeah, so going to the gym, writing every day, taking language classes, all those things.
And identity is.
It's who we believe we are.
Ah, okay. So how does that fit into the whole habit thing?
Clear says lasting change happens when we shift our identity.
So instead of saying, I want to lose weight, we start saying, I am a healthy person. Something like that.
Exactly. It's not just semantics. It's a whole different mindset.
It's like you're aligning your actions with who you believe you are.
Right. He gives this example of a nail biter who finally stopped.
I think I remember this one. Not through willpower, but by.
Deciding they were the type of person who took pride in taking care of their nails.
Right. Makes sense. It's not just about breaking a bad habit. It's about becoming someone new.
Someone who doesn't bite their nails.
It's funny. That reminds me of a friend who,
Oh.
well, he was a total couch potato.
You can get him off the sofa.
Seriously.
Uh,
But then he set this goal to run a marathon.
Ambitious. How'd that go?
He tried and failed a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But then he joined this running club, and he started calling himself a runner.
Ah, there's that identity shift.
And you know what? He ended up finishing that marathon.
Because he wasn't just trying to do something, he was becoming someone.
Powerful stuff. So how do habits actually fit into all this? How do they work on like a scientific level?
Well, habits are basically the building blocks of our identity, right?
Okay.
The small things we do over and over, day after day, that shape who we are.
And Claire breaks down this whole habit formation process, right?
Yeah, into what he calls the habit loop. 4 stages.
The habit loop. Remind me how that works again.
So first, you have a cue.
A cue.
It's like a trigger that tells your brain to start a certain behavior.
Okay, so that could be, what, like a time of day? Or a certain place?
It could be anything, really, even a feeling.
Got it. So like if I'm feeling stressed after work.
That feeling of stress could be your cue.
Okay, and then what?
Then comes the craving, the motivation behind the habit.
So in my example, my craving might be to relax or unwind.
Exactly. It's not just going through the motions. Your brain wants that reward.
And to get that reward, you got to do something, which
The
is
response, the actual habit you perform.
like pouring a glass of wine or turning on the TV,
Exactly. And then finally, you get the reward.
which is that feeling of relaxation or whatever it is you're craving.
Exactly. And that feeling of satisfaction that reinforces the whole loop makes you more likely to repeat it next time.
So it's like a cycle, cue, craving, response, reward.
A cycle that repeats itself over and over again.
And the more you repeat it, the more automatic it becomes.
Just like breathing, you don't even think about it.
I remember reading about that experiment with the cats and those puzzle boxes.
Oh, Thorndike's puzzle boxes.
Yeah, those. They had to figure out how to escape to get the food reward.
It took them a while at first. But eventually they learned to press the lever to open the door.
And each time they did it, the connection between the cue, The craving, the response, and the reward became stronger.
Until eventually it became a habit.
It's fascinating how our brains are wired to do that, right?
It's all about efficiency, automating those actions so we don't have to think about them.
Frees up our mental energy for other things. Like, I don't even have to think about brushing my teeth anymore.
It's just what you do, morning and night.
It's become a habit, just like all those other little things we do every day, good and bad.
So the question is, how do we use this habit loop to our advantage?
How do we break the bad habits and build good ones?
Well, that's where Clear's 4 laws of behavior change come in.
Ah, yes. Those 4 laws. I'm ready to dive into those.
Okay, the first one is all about awareness. Make it obvious.
Make it obvious. I like that. It's like you're bringing those habits into the light, right? The ones you don't even realize you're doing.
Exactly. It's all about awareness.
So where do you even begin with that?
Well, Clear suggests starting with a habits scorecard.
A scorecard for your habits.
Yep. Basically, you just write down all your habits, everything you do in a day,
From the moment you wake up.
to the moment you go to sleep.
It sounds simple, but I bet it's really eye-opening.
It is. You start to see all those mindless things you do without even thinking.
And then once you see them all laid out, what then?
Then you can start to decide which ones you want to keep
Which ones you want to change?
and which ones you want to ditch altogether.
And that's where the implementation intentions come in.
Exactly.
So instead of just saying, I want to exercise more
You get specific, like, I'm going to go for a run every morning at 7 a.m.
in Central Park.
Exactly. You have a plan. You know what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and where you're going to do it.
No more excuses.
And research shows that just having that plan makes you way more likely to actually do it.
That's pretty cool. It's like you're removing all the decision fatigue.
Right. No more debating with yourself about whether or not you'll go for that run. It's already decided.
And you can even take it a step further with habit stacking,
Ah, yes, habit stacking.
where you link your new habit to an existing habit.
Like, after I brush my teeth, I'll do 5 minutes of meditation.
Ooh, I like that one.
You're basically piggybacking on an existing habit to make the new one more likely to stick.
And Clear talks about how powerful our environment is too, right?
Oh, absolutely. He says it's the invisible hand that shapes human behavior.
Like if you're trying to eat healthy, but your kitchen is full of junk food.
Well, good luck with that.
It's like setting yourself up for failure. So it's about designing your environment to support the habits you want to build.
And make it harder to engage in the habits you want to break.
Hide the junk food, put the healthy snacks front and center,
Exactly.
put your workout clothes out where you can see them.
Make it easy to make those good choices.
Speaking of making it easy, that brings us to the second law. Make it attractive.
Oh, I like this one. It's all about tapping into our brain's reward system.
Okay, how do we do that?
Well, one way is temptation bundling.
Temptation bundling. Sounds kind of naughty.
It's actually pretty clever. It's where you pair something you want to do with something you need to do.
Like only letting yourself watch your favorite TV show while you're on the treadmill.
Exactly.
I've totally done that with podcasts. I only let myself listen to certain ones when I'm cleaning. Makes it way less of a chore.
Exactly. You're basically tricking your brain into looking forward to the need activity because it's associated with something enjoyable.
It's kind of brilliant when you think about it. But it's not just about individual strategies, right? Clear also talks about how our social environment plays a role.
Huge role.
Like, if you surround yourself with people who are already doing the things you want to do,
You're much more likely to do them too.
it's like that saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Right, so if all your friends are into fitness,
You're probably going to be more into fitness too,
it's about finding your tribe, those people who inspire you to be better.
and who support your goals. And speaking of support, that leads us to the third law. Make it easy.
This one's all about reducing friction.
Friction,
All those little obstacles that stand between us and our desired habits.
like not having healthy snacks in the house.
Or not having your gym bag packed and ready to go.
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of that one.
It's about anticipating those moments where you might give in to temptation and make the healthy choice the easy choice.
So if you want to drink more water, keep a water bottle on your desk at all times.
If you want to read more, have a book in your bag.
Make it as easy as possible to do the things you want to do.
And on the flip side, make it harder to do the things you don't want to do.
So if I'm trying to cut back on social media
Delete those apps from your phone.
or log out of your accounts,
Make it a multi-step process to access them.
make it a pain in the butt.
Exactly. Increase the friction and watch those bad habits start to fade away.
So we're making it obvious, we're making it attractive, we're making it easy.
What else could there be?
Well, the fourth law is make it satisfying.
Ah, yes. This one is all about rewards.
Because let's face it, our brains love rewards.
We're wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain.
So how do we make those good habits feel rewarding? Especially when the payoff is so far down the road.
Well, one way is to use reinforcement,
Reinforce.
like giving yourself a small reward immediately after completing the habit.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
It could be anything. Checking off the habit on a tracker, enjoying a cup of tea, listening to your favorite song, anything that makes you feel good.
I'm a big fan of those habit trackers.
Me too.
It's so satisfying to see those little boxes filled in, like visual proof that you're making progress.
There are tons of great apps out there for that too.
But the key is to find a system that works for you. And remember, it's not about being perfect.
Absolutely. It's about progress, not perfection.
It's okay to slip up every now and then.
What matters is that you get back on track.
And remember to be kind to yourself. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes.
The important thing is to learn from those mistakes and keep moving forward.
Okay, so we've covered those 4 laws of behavior change. But Clear doesn't stop there, does he? He takes us even deeper into the stuff that separates good from great.
You mean like talent and the Goldilocks rule?
Exactly. Let's talk about that.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we've talked about the 4 laws, those practical tools for building better habits. But now I'm curious about this idea of talent. Where does that fit in?
Well, it's funny, a lot of people think habits are everything. Like if you just have the right habits, you can achieve anything.
Right, that anyone can be anything kind of thinking.
But Clear actually pushes back on that a little bit.
He does.
Yeah, he says talent matters too.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, we all have different natural abilities, right?
Exactly. Some people are just predisposed to be good at certain things.
Like Michael Phelps. The guy was practically born to swim.
Right. He uses that example in the book, compares him to Hicham El Guerrouj, the world record holder for the mile.
Both amazing athletes, but...
Built for very different sports.
Okay, so what's the point? Is he saying we should just give up if we don't have the right genes?
Not at all. What he's saying is we should be strategic. Figure out what we're naturally good at, and then use habits to amplify those strengths.
So it's about working with your natural abilities, not against them.
Exactly. Play to your strengths. And that kind of leads into this other concept he talks about, the Goldilocks rule.
Oh yeah, the just right rule. I remember this one. But how does that apply to habits?
Well, Clear says we thrive on challenges that are just manageable difficulty.
Not too easy.
Not too hard. That sweet spot where you're pushed just enough to keep growing, but not so much that you get discouraged.
Like learning a new language. You start with the basics and gradually build up.
Exactly. You wouldn't try to write a novel in a language you barely know.
That would be way too overwhelming.
Right. So it's about finding that right level of challenge. And then, of course, it's about reflecting on your progress, making adjustments as you go.
Clear's big on that, isn't he? The whole idea of reviewing your habits and making sure they're still working for you.
He does a big annual review himself, looks back at what worked, what didn't, and then sets new goals based on what he's learned.
That's a really good idea. I should try that.
He also talks about Pat Riley, the basketball coach, who tracked his players' stats all the way back to high school.
Wow, really? All the way back to high school. Why?
To establish a baseline. And then he challenged each player to improve by just 1% over the season.
1%? That seems kind of small.
But it adds up. Over time, those tiny gains lead to huge results.
It's like compound interest, but for your personal growth.
Exactly. And it's a good reminder that we don't need to make these massive changes all at once. Just focus on getting a little bit better each day.
So simple, yet so powerful. Well, this has been an awesome deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about habits, not just what they are, but how they really work.
Me too. And I think the biggest takeaway is that building good habits is a skill. It's something you can learn and get better at over time.
It's not about willpower or motivation. It's about understanding the science and having the right tools.
Exactly. And the best part is even small changes done consistently can make a huge difference in your life.
So true. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I hope you all enjoyed this deep dive into atomic habits. Now go out there and start building those awesome habits. See you next time.
If this summary gave you the spark you needed to start your next big change, make sure to hit that like button. For more visual breakdowns of the world's most powerful books, subscribe to Lead with Spark and turn on notifications. We're here to help you master the best ideas in minutes, so you can spend more time taking action. What book should we deconstruct next? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and keep leading with a spark.